Hello there, how you doing? A very warm welcome back to the Dave Laight Be Happy podcast. I'm Dave, this is episode 8. It is called Who Are You? Just to remind you that the aim of this podcast is to try to help as many people as possible around the world who need help to get to a better place in their life. And that does include making dreams come true, because as we all know, making our dreams come true sure makes us all happy. But before we get into the content of this episode, I'd first like to ask you, can you please do me a favour? Please, can you go on to Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts and subscribe? Please subscribe to the Dave Laight Be Happy podcast, because if you do, you will, this is cool, if you do, you will be helping me to make my dreams come true by helping to spread this podcast around the world and get it in front of as many people as possible, because when you subscribe, you make the logarithms work harder. If you do this, this is what's in it for you. If you do this, you will become a very special person indeed. I mean, a really cool person, because you will have become a dream maker, and that's so cool. So I'd like to thank you in advance. Please help me. Please go and subscribe on those various platforms. And so let's get on with the content of episode 8, which, as I've said, is called Who Are You? Now, to make your life better, whether you follow this podcast or not, one thing is for sure: to find success, as with anything in life, you've got to get your mind right. You've got to get your focus right, because everything that you do or you achieve in your life is first conceived in your mind. And to get your mind right, the first thing that you've got to do is to open it. Open up your mind. Think of your mind, if you like, as a door. If you open that door, you can move into it, you can move onward, you can move forward. But if you don't open the door, you're just going to stand there, standing still in your life, going nowhere. So please open your mind. Open your mind to suggestion, to giving things a go. Not just now, but in life, in your life. Give things a go in general. What I'm going to talk about in this episode, just to remind you, is all in the context of happiness. So here we go. Let's dive on into episode 8. Now, I believe to get yourself match fit, to be able to go out and make changes in your life, you've got to become a leader. You've got to become a leader. Because at the end of the day, it is on you. It's not on anyone else. It's on you to sort your life out, because your life is yours. And at the end of the day, the harsh truth is, no one is going to turn up to sort your life out for you. And if you wait around sitting or wallowing, like a lot of people do, wallowing in the hope that someone's going to turn up and sort your life out for you, guess what? You are going to be sitting around or wallowing in hope for a very long time, because no one is coming. No one's a coming. Sure, for sure, your loved ones, your teachers, your friends, your family, of course they all want the best for you, but simple truth is, they're all too wrapped up in their lives, in sorting their own lives out, to get involved and sort yours out for you. And, you know, they can give you advice, they can give you inspiration and direction, etc., yada, yada, yada. But, and it's a big but, as I have said, at the end of the day, it's down to just one person to sort your life out. And that one person, guess what? It is you. And this is why you need to position yourself as a leader in your life, because you've got to lead yourself to that better, happier place. You've got to take the lead in your thinking, in your planning, and in the execution of your ideas. You simply, as I'd put it in my sort of street vocabulary, you need to grab your life by the balls and change direction. You've got to make it happen. You have to lead yourself to where you want to go. Now, I tend to think that there are 3 types of people in life: the drifter, the manager, and the leader. The drifter, the manager, and the leader. And you, as we said, need to be the leader. So where do you think you are now? How's your life going for you right now? Because that may be a clue to tell you who you are. If I think of the words that I would use to sum up what a drifter is, I would say no direction, no structure, blowing in the wind, going aground, flippy, floppy, no aim, excuses. When something is left to drift, it will end up the way the wind's blowing, or the way the current is flowing, or where the crowd say it should go. I'd say when things are left to drift, more often than not, they ultimately end up in a poor place. Take your hands off a steering wheel. That car will crash. Take your hands off the helm of that boat. It will go aground. If you do not have a target, how are you going to reach it? How can you reach it? And there are many, many people who drift through their lives geographically or in their work or in their relationships. Words that I would use to sum up a manager are in charge, authority, disciplined, task orientated, a finisher, and it all sounds all grind and hard work. Managers manage things. They manage situations. And there aren't there, many, many people who go through their lives managing the situations that come their way. They go through their lives having managed them. But as I've said, it all seems all grind and all hard work. The words I'd use to sum up a leader are inspire, motivate, free, a starter, confident, self-assured, and encouraging. The best definition of a leader that I've ever heard, is this. A leader is someone who can take a person, a group, a team, a company, or for that matter, a country to places that they would never have thought that they could have got to themselves. Leaders inspire great performance. They inspire fantastic outcomes. And this is why you need to be the leader in your life, so that you can lead yourself to that better place, that place that you never ever thought that you could get to. If you are not happy, if you're not where you want to be, or you're heading in a direction that you don't want to be going in, here's the advice. Become the leader in your life. Take responsibility. Grab hold of the reins. Decide where you want to be, who you want to be. Make a plan of how you are going to go and get there. And then take yourself or lead yourself to that place. Just become the leader in your life. That's the message from this episode 8 of the Dave Laight Be Happy podcast. Bit of PR. So how does someone become a leader? And I'm not talking about leadership in the context of business right now, because that's how it's usually talked about, isn't it? I'm talking about leadership. Remember, this is the Be Happy podcast. I'm talking about leadership in the context of happiness, in the context of you. Good leaders, fantastic leaders, achieve their goals. They get to where they want to be. So, as I said, agree for yourself. Targets, goals and dreams for yourself, but make sure that they are really, truly what you want them to be. Triple check that. Make sure that it's what you want for you in your life. Because don't forget, we're talking about, we're talking here in the context of going for true inner happiness. It's not about what other people want for you or what they think you should be doing. It's what you want in your life. Make sure, here is the thing, that you're going after your heart's desire. That you're chasing your dreams, because when you chase your passion, it's going to give you motivation and tenacity. It's going to put some real fire, and I mean real fire, raging fire in your belly, and that will drive you to find a way. Now, we're nearly at the end of this episode, so I'd like to say thanks for listening. I'd like to say thanks for subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, please come on, give a guy a go, give a guy a chance. Make my dream come true. Get on those platforms and subscribe to the Dave Laight Be Happy podcast, and that is Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcast or Google Podcast. Please subscribe away. I'll see you in the next podcast. But before I go, I'd like to leave you with these words. With you I plead, take the lead. Chase your dream, no matter how silly it may seem. If you dare, you will get there. Your dreams really can come true if you want them to. And if you make yourself a leader in your life and you go for it. See you in the next podcast. Thanks for listening. Bye.